left my wallet in my hotel. And so I had to cancel a flight, book a new flight, got delayed for hours and hours and hours and hours, almost missed the flight, like ran and was like, please wait on me. And it was interesting to say the least. I probably won't be allowed to travel alone ever again. But so fun. And I think I thought like going there, and especially knowing that I was the only one from our team going this time. There's a bunch going in October, but I was like, they'll probably ask me to share what I took away. And I thought it was going to be like this, all these like tangible things, like we need to do this and we need to do this. And it's so not, y'all. Like going in there, you literally, if you leave there with nothing else, of course you learn about leadership and things to do, and you get to chat. There was a few extra diamonds that came just because they wanted to come. And then we got to like go to dinner with them. And I was a savage when it came to like, I would watch like a hawk where they were sitting. And then while they would go get their food, I'd go put my stuff right smack dab next to them. Cause I was like, I'm gonna be sitting by that diamond. I want her to pour into me. I want to ask her questions. And it was because I think it like leaders retreat and convention and stuff like that. I'm intimidated by them because they have their whole team with them. And I'm afraid they're going to think that I think they know who I am. And of course they do not. But things like that where I got to sit down and like tell them about me and tell them about my team. And that part was just so cool. But the main thing that I took away, which is so opposite of what I thought I was going to take away, was just how amazing this company is and like how much they love and care about us. Like Alec Clark, one of the first, like we walk in his office and he was like, take a seat. You want to sit down? Let's just talk. Y'all have any questions? Like, I was like, what do you not have like better things to be doing right now? We're taking up your time. And gave us his personal cell phone number. Was like, if you ever need anything. And I was like, are you sure you want me to have this? Like, but then he starts talking about how he was just at the White House because he went to this whole like almost like a protest, but not, for network marketers. And he was like, y'all, we went there to fight for you. Like it didn't help us at all. Our business is not going to change either way, but we had to be there for you. Like we were fighting for you and for your rights. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then you tour the facility and you start seeing these different, like everyone has like I mean, some have offices, but there's a lot that have cubicles, and they all had these puzzle pieces on them that were different colors. So I finally asked, I was like, what are these puzzle pieces for? And they were like, oh, that's our personality color. So that, and when someone comes up to like talk to us or approach us, like they know how to approach us and how to interact with us. And then in each conference room, it's like, here's what a blue struggles with. Here's how to approach a blue. Here's gold struggles with. Here's how to approach a gold. And literally every single puzzle piece had, or every single cubicle had, even Alec had his puzzle pieces on the door. And I was like, I mean, GP is great to me, y'all, but they don't care about my personality. They've never asked me about it. They don't approach me any differently than they approach anybody else. So just going out of your way to even treat your corporate employees like that, because normally you have a little cuticle job. I just heard a teacup break. Okay, we're the enemy. You're gonna rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and and then they have like a whole wall that's just like, and it's supposed to be like their inspiration wall, and they have all these different like words and quotes and stuff. And then I think what really finally got me was when they did Fun Friday, where they bring every single employee into this one little spot. They spin the wheel, they pull names out of a thing, and then they draw for cash. Y'all, there's hundreds of employees in this room, hundreds. It's okay. It was an accident. You're not in trouble. Just will you not walk in there because I don't want you to cut your foot, okay? And so I, yes, okay. So as they called 15 different names. And as each person would walk up, Alec would be like, y'all, this is Miranda. Do y'all see these high heels she's in? She ran a 5K in those heels. And I was like, And then the next person, and he'd be like, this guy has 287 Pokemon statues. And then it was each one. this thing haunts me, I swear. Each one, he knew something very specific about their life. And I was like, oh, like that's incredible. Absolute stop, Reba. Absolutely incredible that he knew enough about them on a person. So I thought I would be bringing back all these tangibles and here's how you go gold and here's how you go ruby. And it's not. It's just that this company, when they say they care about you, they legitimately care about each and every one of us. Marissa, what do you talk about why you want to earn this?
Yeah, like people that are, that may be gold, that may be new golds. And like, what would you say? What advice would you give them? Like, why should they want to go Ruby to experience this trip? And I mean, I know when you went Ruby, that was a huge goal for you. And now senior Ruby is right around the corner. Like, what would you say? Because not only do they get the income, which is great, but they get this trip to Scottsdale to tour corporate, which is so special to do. Not many people just get to go visit their,
right.
corporate, their job.
Right. I mean, heck, for one, I say go for Ruby just for nothing else to go on this trip alone. Like, touring corporate was so cool to me. Getting to go to Scottsdale I've always wanted to go to Scottsdale, and now I like want to take my family because it's so beautiful and just so cool. But I don't know. And Ruby was always my goal. Like from the moment I started, my sponsor had said she was senior gold going for Ruby. Like, okay, Ruby's where it's at. Ruby is it. Like when I hit Ruby, I'm gonna feel like I've conquered the world. And so, of course, what rank would the Lord make me get stuck at? Senior gold. And so, I mean, when I hit Ruby, y'all, I was on top of the moon, and I still am. Like it still does really feel real that my points go over 500. And so I just think the training was unlike no other because there was only probably 25 of us and you're in a room. There was 5 diamonds there. Alec and Jean were there. Genevieve did a training with us, and it's very one-on-one. Like I got to have very personal conversations where, like I said, at leaders retreat convention and stuff like that, I feel like I'm lucky if I just get to meet one and maybe take a picture, but then they're on their way because they've got teams to take care of. So you're very one-on-one at Ruby's on the Rise with tips, with Alec, with the diamonds. It's just, it's different than anything else I've ever been to. Plexus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, because convention and leaders retreat and all of that is so fun and it's great. But like, this was more of like a leader training, a leader trip that you got to go and experience and kind of collaborate with other Rubies. I know when Natalie and them went, they got to collaborate with like other Rubies and they've kept up with each other and they've like brainstormed with each other. And so I think that's great. Well, we're proud of you. Congratulations on earning that and ranking Ruby. Those of you that don't know, Ruby is 500 pay points. And so if that's roughly around, let's say 5 points, y'all, that's about 100 orders. Okay. So, and that's not just you, that is your people sharing. That is why developing silvers and doing events and getting on the phone and all of that is so important. I know, Britt, I was looking at you when I said that, girl. So I want, Morgan. So y'all, we've been watching Morgan Cox and her team and Brittany up there. My gosh, I was just looking at your Instagram. Like they are on fire and they have some really cool things that they're doing that I wanted them to share with y'all because we all are in momentum season right now. And so any tangible things that we can take away are always great. And we're one big team here, but Morgan and them are doing something, a little different over there when it comes to events and just kind of the way that they move. So like even today I saw Brittany, she posted everybody that was doing the reset in their group. And she was like, Chloe's ready, Sarah's ready, Megan's ready. And I loved that. Like, I thought that was so cool to share like this one big community that y'all are doing. So Morgan, share kind of what you're doing when it comes to events and like moving them right from an event like over to a power hour or a team call over to a power hour. How's that working?
Yeah. Okay. So one thing that we really wanted to focus on growing our business was to develop silvers. If you know me, that is my strong suit. I can develop silvers like no other, but I can't do anything else really. um, so when it comes to developing our silvers, we decided to do new VIP calls every week. And we may only have two people on that call that are new, but like two people is two people more than we had last week. And so we do those on Sundays at about 8 o'clock, every Sunday at 8 o'clock. And we tell our VIPs or our business builders to get everybody you can on those calls. I don't care if they've been on a call before, put them on this call. And then as soon as we get on that call, we do the new VIP call. You talk about perks credits. You talk about what products to take, how to take your products. It's simple. Marissa has the post. She shared it with everybody. But at the end of each call, we kind of cast a little bit of vision into them of what the business possibly could do for them, or tell them about $300 that they could earn, or the Apple Watch or something. Just casting a little vision of what it's done for me, what it's done for Brittany, what it's done for even Brittany Blackerby, who's on here, who is about to go gold, literally 2 points away. And even what it's done for like our new silvers and stuff. So once we get done with that call, we tell them like, hey, if you are wanting to do anything like this, just see what it's about. We're going to jump on a call right after this, literally in my team thread on Messenger. If you want to hop on that, go ahead and do that. And so if they say yes, we add them to my Messenger group, my Morgan's team thread, and we do a FaceTime call in that team thread. And so we've had people come on there directly from our call, and they have went silver that night. It's just a simple power hour call where you do birthdays, you send reach out messages, you do shout out posts for the people who haven't done them yet. Basic stuff that you would do on any kind of power hour call. And that just kind of shows people how simple it is. You can do it in 30 minutes a day. You can do it an hour a day. It doesn't matter how long you do it, as long as you're doing it and you're showing up, being consistent.
Hey, Morgan. So is this okay? So like anybody on here that is even a silver could get with their sponsor and say, hey, I want to do a Meet Stephanie call. I want to do a Meet Chloe call. This is kind of a new VIP call that you're getting them on, and you go down through my checklist, subscription, perks, detox, all of that. And then at the end, you're telling them about the Apple Watch. You're telling them about getting their products paid for. And you say, if you want to have some tangible action things to help you do that, I'm going to add you to our team thread. We're going to do a group FaceTime in there, and I'm going to walk you through. So you're not doing like another Zoom. You're doing like, you're going from Zoom over to Messenger. And y'all, this is huge. Like those of y'all that are new golds, this could be game changer for your business. So y'all be taking notes of this. And if y'all want to, I'm sure that y'all could even sit in on the next one that Morgan does and just kind of see how she does it, and go from there. But I understand what you're saying, the whole new VIP call and then having an action step immediately. Here's what to do. I love that, Morgan.
Yeah. We've really learned that if you give them the option to say no, they're going to say no. So if you tell them, hey, it's right after this call, we're adding you right now, get them in there. They're not going to say no if it's right there. That's easy. But if you give them a couple of days to say, hey, we're having this call 2 days from now, do you want to hop on and see how to work your business? They're going to think about it and be like, no, that does not sound like something I have time for. But if you say, hey, this is happening right here, super simple, no Zoom, it's just a messenger thread, they're going to be like, oh, that sounds simple. Okay, let me hop on that really fast. And so that's really been game changer for getting us to duplicate silvers and senior silvers and above from there. Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Brittany Blackerby, are you on here? Where are you at, sister? Okay. Can you unmute yourself? I know that I'm like putting you on the spot. I didn't even ask you about this, but like somebody that was brand new that came in, you signed up under Morgan and she did this with you, correct? How simple was this? And is this something that you feel like new people that might be a little skeptical in the business or whatever that looks like? Do you feel like it was simple? Do you feel like, were you nervous to kind of get on and listen in? Like, what were your thoughts on that?
I don't think getting on and listening was really nerve-wracking. Even though social media is my job, even just like me putting posts out there and stuff made me nervous at first. I guess because like I have a fear of failure. Who doesn't? So like, what if I put this out there and it doesn't happen, or I want to go 110%. I want to put this out there and I want to be gold or be whatever. Like I want to go all in. So that was more nerve wracking for me besides the Zooms or anything. But I do remember the one where I had to talk first and I didn't know I had to talk. And Brittany's like, hey, let's meet you. And I'm like, what do I say? I don't know. And Delaney's like, well, you have a husband and 2 kids. You can start with that, And then
So
that's the thing too. Like most of the calls.
Brittany, so were you just kind of like introduced? Like, I love the idea of like having somebody brand new share a little bit of who they are. I feel like that kind of builds that community.
Yeah, I just shared, and that's another thing. Yeah, with 2 kids, one's right beside me now, and the other one's in there watching TV. And these are typically, we all know it's at bedtime or whenever. So for it to be simple for someone like me too, it's simple for everybody else. And then just having that sponsor, having Morgan, having Brittany, whoever you have, like Morgan and Brittany probably want to kill me every day because I feel like I send them all my questions, but like rely on them or help, like ask them those questions because they haven't killed me yet. So,
Yeah.
but that's so helpful that I have that help because I still am like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think that that is a great idea. I think that's a great idea. And if y'all are like totally open to doing that, let us know in the chat. New VIP call / action to develop silvers. I love that so much. So we can open that up. And I know that like your new VIP call may be a different day than somebody else. Like Dacia's may be on a Wednesday night at 9. Natalie's may be on a Sunday night at 9. Like everybody's is going to be different. But our team is growing so fast that it's hard for us to do one big new VIP call and have that close-knit community. Okay. You just heard Brittany. She was like, you just heard Brittany say, like, it was awesome. They had her share a little bit about who she is. And so I think, like, if you are a gold and above, I want to challenge y'all to do a new VIP Zoom this week for all of your new VIPs from March. I know that a couple of y'all are already doing that, but I love the action step of having something to do right after that. I love that idea. So a little bit about events. So events are huge. And I'm going to make Michaela share a little bit, Michaela Robinson. So Michaela and Bailey's going to fast start. She already fast started Ruby. She's going to fast start senior Ruby, 2 ranks in 1 month this month. Michaela is going to fast start Ruby, and she joined 1st of February. So I want y'all to know how important events are, whether you feel like they're overwhelming or not. Your newbies don't know anything about events. So perfect example, Brittany and I together are doing a private Zoom Wednesday night, just her and I. We've reached out to like 7 of our new VIPs that possibly want to earn the watch, that possibly want to go silver. And we're going to do a little Zoom for 20 minutes. She's going to share for 10. I'm going to share for 10. And then we're going to do an action step type thing right after that, either during that call or whatever. But that is a perfect example of just taking it upon yourself and hosting something. Some people are turned off by messenger events. Some people are turned off by a big team-wide Zoom. Maybe you need to get a little more private. Maybe you need to team up with somebody and do your own teacher event or
you're looking at me.
Whatever. Like, it's important that y'all know that events are huge. I threw Bailey Little into a 36-hour beauty type event when she joined and made her go live and curl her hair. And she will tell you till this day that that's really what helped her and her confidence. And so, Michaela, I just want to know, I know a lot of people are messaging you and Bailey, and y'all are like, they're like, what do I say, Marissa? First of all, I know your heart. And if y'all had any conversation with Michaela and Kaylee Jennings and Bailey, like, they are so on fire for the Lord, and they don't take that kind of thing lightly. They believe that the Lord is all over their business. We've had conversation about that, and just even phone calls of like emotional where we're like, this is crazy that this is happening. But Michaela, I want you to share, like, when you started this, how important is it for us as leaders and as people that are sharing this opportunity? How important is it for us to spread that belief over into others, because when we hold back, they hold back. And Bailey and I did not do that with you. When we got on a call and when we got on with Kaylee at the airport, like we were talking about Jewel. I mean, we were talking about like just going all in. So how important do you feel like that is?
I think it's very important. Y'all made a huge impact on me because I was super skeptical. I was like, I can't do this. But I think like being just really big, like in my church, and um, I'm a worship leader, and I feel like just really pouring into your people, not just Plexus, but like I feel like the word of God and just like speaking over them, like you can do this, you can't. Sorry, my dog is attacking his toy. Um, just speaking like over your people, because this isn't just Plexus to me. This is so much more. I'm trying not to get emotional because I just can't believe this is happening to
Do
me.
you feel like, Michaela,
Um,
feel like you were praying for a way
I had,
for
yeah,
people?
I had totally, first before I even got into this, I had just been like, God, please just like show me a community that I can be close to, because I had just been struggling so much with not only like myself, but just like my family and, finances and just other things, just constantly like not feeling enough. And so Bailey, I saw like her posting, and I would always see you. I've been watching you for like 8 years. And so obviously I had been in this before, but I was just like, I really want to get involved with this, but little old me, nobody's going to follow me. Nobody's going to care what I post. And so you and Bailey really poured into me, and y'all were like, you can do this. And so I remember y'all were sending me like the team calls, and I was like, I don't want to get on that. Like, that's dumb. And so I remember getting on one, and I was like, maybe I can do this. And so I did the shout out post, and I just remember like signing up like 3 people immediately. And I think I went like senior, not senior, I went silver in like a day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I can
How
do this.
how important do you feel like a phone call is? If y'all have somebody that is curious in going silver, how important is it to get them on the phone with your sponsor?
So that is super important. We have been personally like doing Meet Bailey, Meet Michaela Zoom calls every week with our team and our new VIPs. And I think that has really helped us take off, just kind of like how Morgan said, they're doing like their little power hour. I feel like we're not doing power hour, but we're kind of like helping like right off the bat know what exactly they need to be doing, what to expect, how to get the best out of their supplements, and also know that we're here. Like if they want to do this business, I've actually had people just reach out and be like, I want to do the business, but I don't want to buy the products. And I'm like, girl, you got to be like a part of the product and all of that just so you can like sell. You can't just like sell something and not believe in it. So I'm actually talking to someone about that right now. But yeah, getting on the phone with your people and like starting that community is really huge. Y'all, I'm the worst talker, so if I'm just rambling.
Hey, no, you're amazing. I literally am looking at Kaylee Jennings' face right now. I want to ask her, unmute yourself real quick, sister. I want to ask her because perfect example, Michaela texted me and Bailey while we were on our way back from Punta Cana, and she said, hey, I have a girl, Kaylee Jennings. By the way, I talked to Kaylee Jennings last year, she did not join my team. Perfect example of they are going to trust who they trust. It doesn't mean that Kaylee wasn't attached to me and didn't like me. It was that she trusted Michaela. She knew Michaela, and the Lord put her in their life on their team. And it's been so special. But Kaylee, share with them like that phone call when we came back from Punta Cana. I was at the airport and I was just like pouring into you about what this could be for your family. And I remember asking you why you wanted to do this, and your answer was medical bills. I mean, that was the first thing that popped in your mind. How important is it for us to develop business builders by phone calls and by hard conversation?
Like Michaela said, it brings tears to my eyes because I'm a developmental therapist. I have a good job. But yeah, like you said, the phone calls are so, so important. I honestly did not want to get on a phone call, even like what Michaela said, but I'm so glad that I did. Um, I don't know. It's a lot. I'm very, very grateful, and I don't know. I'm speechless.
You're looking to fast start senior gold, correct? You'll
Yeah.
go fast start gold and senior gold this month,
Yeah.
y'all. I mean, and it's literally, and y'all, there are newest, like, as far as like fast start, boom, 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 boom. It's all because of the systems that we have in place right now that we want y'all to grab a hold of. So I want to challenge y'all this week to if you have somebody that is interested in going silver, that is interested in earning the watch, get them on a call with your sponsor, a FaceTime where y'all can see each other. I know Natalie did that, I think, this weekend. Kara was shouting her out in the chat. Like, so thankful that Natalie got on a call with me and one of my new girls wanted to work the business. It's very important that y'all are doing this. If you want a long-term business, I'm talking thousands and thousands of dollars. If that's something that you desire, you can't hold back from those phone calls. You can't hold back from that conversation. But Kaylee, I just wanted them to know and hear your sweet voice. Like, I mean, it's like the Lord knew that we needed to be on the phone with you. And I feel like y'all's team, y'all are doing the new VIP Zooms every week.
Yeah.
So all of your new VIPs are having an opportunity to hear every week. And I think Michaela, I know you posted the other day, it was like 70 something people this month on Michaela's team alone. And it's crazy. And so new VIP Zooms or new VIP calls once a week, getting them plugged in, phone calls, events. I know that they're utilizing the messenger events, but those phone calls are important. Okay. So another thing, I did a coaching call with, who was it? Madison. I'm going to call her out. Madison Schultz today. And she's like, Marissa, I can't get any of my people on the phone. Okay. Here is what y'all are doing wrong. You are saying, hey, Natalie, do you want to get on the phone with me tonight? No, I don't. Like, that's weird. So nobody's on the phone anymore. Right. But if you say, hey, Nat, listen, I want to chat with you for like 10 minutes. I've got some tips for you on how to get the most out of your journey. Can you chat tonight at 8 or tomorrow around lunchtime? Which works best for you? Give them an option to choose from to where it does not allow them to say no. Okay. Those initial phone calls within the first, even before they get their stuff, they are already having expectations before they get their stuff. They're thinking it's not going to work. They're thinking this is too good to be true. And they're thinking that they cannot work this business. How many of y'all thought the same thing? Everybody, you like press that order now and you were like, what the heck did I just get myself into? But if you automatically up front give them the expectation of this is going to be amazing. This is how much water you need to drink. This is how you can earn an Apple Watch. This is how you can earn $340 by grabbing 3 friends. We have a $50 shout out post that you can do. You can shout me out for helping you get started on this wellness journey. That initial couple days before they get their order in is so important because their expectation is really low. Okay. It's really low because naturally with this kind of thing, people's expectations are very low. But if you're getting them on the phone and then you're teaching your people, if you're Ruby and above, I hope you're using Calendly. I hope that you're doing coachings with your team. I know today Bailey and Michaela were like, we don't know how to do coachings. What does that even mean? I was like, shut up. Yes, you do. You know how to talk to people. You know how to ask questions. So utilize those things and make sure that your team, they're doing that. Like you want to make sure if you have someone interested in going silver, make sure they're getting on the phone with their new VIPs. If they're not confident in doing that, let them do it with you. They always say like, I'll do it with you. And then the next time, I'll do it for you the first time, I'll do it with you the second time, and then you do it the third time on your own. Okay. So just remember that as you're growing through this journey, phone calls are so important. Okay. Lastly, before Britt or Nat, anybody else wants to share, So there's a little bit of change coming in April. We have a lot of new rubies that we see going jewel by July 31st. Okay. That's the cutoff for Hawaii. We see it. We have a feeling that we're going to have a lot of jewels come July 31st. So we want y'all to just create this team culture, create this community where people are trusting you, where people are just y'all are diving in with your team. And you can do that when you're having close team calls and book clubs and all kinds of stuff. So starting in April, we are not going to have one big team call on Monday nights. We are going to have individual team calls. If you're Ruby and above, you will be hosting your own team call with your team. Obviously, like if Ambrosia and Cheyenne want to link up and do their own, that's totally fine too. But we're just challenging y'all to do your own team calls. Now, what that will look like is y'all will be able to link up. We're actually going to have a call with our Rubies and above probably next week to kind of plan out April, and y'all can link up with other Rubies and share and collaborate. Your jewel uplines, Brittany, Natalie, me, and Cheyenne Harris by the end of the month. We will be collaborating in April and doing a team huddle every other week. So a big team huddle where we encourage and inspire, and it's going to be amazing. And you're still going to get to hear from us, but we want y'all to get involved with your team and your community in April. There will still be jewel training every Friday at noon. This Friday, I think it's Nat. She's going to be jewel training this Friday at noon. So that's going to be amazing. Okay. That's just a few of the changes. We're going to be cleaning up the team threads. Y'all aren't going to be in 50,000 team threads, so y'all can take a deep breath from that. I know Kaylee and Lisa the other day, they were like, good heavens, how many team chats are we in? So we're going to be cleaning that up. We're going to be minimizing that to make this simple for you. Y'all, we should not be going to bed at night stressed out about Plexus. Okay. I want y'all to take a deep breath and know that literally this is to create flexibility in your time, in your finances, in your stress, this is to create flexibility. And we know that. And we're on a mission as your jewels to help y'all with that. So lots of changes coming in April, and we want you to know that. And then lastly, so this week, so next Monday is our last team call. That'll be Magic Week. Get on the power hours. I did not do one today. It was crazy with coaching calls, and it's spring break and my kids are home. I'm probably going to do one this week at night. That'll make it easier. And I'll probably go ahead and do a power hour at night. But I want y'all to